All right, let's chat Ginsu. If you know Ginsu, you know that it stands for amazing quality. It stands for this wonderful ability to not have to sharpen your knives. You are not constantly sharpening with Ginsu. They are always going to be sharp. And this is a great clearance sale price, $14.99. Brings home not one, and look at this, serrated, beautiful serrated knife here. That is your slicer, almost 14 inches long here, 13 3/4 long. But it also brings home your utility knife as well. That utility knife is going to be 8.6 inches, so about 8.5 inches there. This is the gray option. We have 400 remaining in this gray option. I'll also show it for you in the red option. Red is very limited. Only 4 dozen remain in the red. So if you are a red lover, call right away for that one. And then here's your black option. Black's going to be your best bet. So that one's good to go. But if you love the gray or the red, then give us a call for those ones. Chef Jeremy, when we think Ginsu, we just think quality.
I have a very soft place in my heart for Ginsu. People always ask, like, how did you get a job like this, Jeremy, as a chef? How did you get on QVC? When I was young, when I was in high school, I had a summer job chopping peppers and onions at a sausage stand at the local county fair, LA County Fair. And then I got a job inside demonstrating Ginsu knives. And so here we are. That was so long ago. This is a set of 2 knives. And one of them, this is your long carving knife. This is for meat and bread. This is your utility knife. It has the Ginsu stamp. You never have to sharpen these. One thing that I will say about this, I will never say about another knife, you can put these in your dishwasher. In fact, it even says on the blade, if you look closely,
Here, I'll
right
switch over to this side so you can see.
It says so right there. If you tilt it, there it is. Dishwasher safe. Yeah, it's a hardened and tempered stainless steel. The blade there isn't like a saw, it's a hollow ground. So it makes it easier. It doesn't saw or shred. So this is a nice oversized carving knife. You want to carve a roast, carve a ham, turkey. If you're carving the turkey breast for Thanksgiving, it has a fork on the end so you can pick things up and serve them. So that's why it has that little fork on the end, like this.
Oh, I love that.
They're full ting. The blade goes all the way to the back of the handle. They're triple riveted. The handles are made out of a hard material, so if you smack it, it won't break. And let me show you this utility knife, because I love this knife. It's sharpened on both sides. See, it's on this side. And if I flip it around, it's sharpened on this side. So that means that it cuts perfectly straight. So if you're right-handed or left-handed here.
Righty or lefty.
Righty or lefty, just pull that through. You always have a razor sharp knife. But Rachel, it wouldn't be Ginsu if I didn't at least cut a can.
Okay, we got to do it. Yes, let's see.
Okay, because tell you what, if you need a utility knife, don't use your expensive like German knives or Japanese knives. Use this knife. Break down boxes, cardboard, shoe leather. It just goes right. Don't worry about it. This knife is meant to take a licking. And even things like cooking twine. If you just need to do this and cut it, use your Ginsu. It's hard, it's tough.
So simple and easy.
I mean, here we cut the can like they did back in the day.
Yes.
Don't go home and cut up all your cans, okay? But this knife will stay sharp next year, 10 years from now. You will always have yourself a nice, sharp knife. I mean, look how that goes through that line right there. Just so nice and easy. If you need a good bagel.
Can we talk about while you're cutting the bagel, Chef Jeremy? That I think people still are hesitant. People still think, well, they say I never have to sharpen it. I don't believe them. Can you talk to that? Because this is truly, really going to always be sharp.
Well, one of the things that they do is that this is a hollow ground. Let me grab a clean knife here. Okay, this is a hollow ground edge. So the design of that blade means that it will keep its edge longer than a regular knife. Listen. Every knife eventually is going to need to be sharpened, okay? But this will keep its blade, its edge, longer and last longer than any other knife. If you want to sharpen it, you can go ahead and use a regular sharpener. Okay. That's fine. But this just will, because of the design, will stay sharp longer. So the test of a good knife is actually not something that cuts something hard, something soft. So if you have bread, cake, 7-layer cake. Maybe you have fresh French bread, something that's nice and soft and squishy in the middle.
That.
Maybe something with a hard crust.
And look,
you can
as you cut through, it's not crushing the bread down.
That's right.
Wow.
Nice thin slices of bread, if you like, or thick slices. So that's a great bread and cake. If you make your own bread, here's a great bread knife. Good
Okay,
cake
and if you
knife
have
as well.
never tried Ginsu, for $14.99, you get 2 of them. You get look at that, cutting through an entire cantaloupe. Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
It's got a nice big blade. Cantaloupes, melons, sure.
That's fantastic. It works out to $7.50 per knife. If I was saying to you, for this, basically 14-inch, 13 and 3/4, this one knife, $15. You would say, I understand. It's Ginsu. I never need to sharpen it again. It has that wonderful little hook on the end so I can pick up some food after I cut it if I'm dealing with meats or with breads or cheeses, anything like that. But instead, we're saying you not only get this 14-inch serrated, you also get the utility knife as well. So you get a chance to try Ginsu or to add to your Ginsu collection and never have to worry about sharpening. Because Chef Jeremy, as a chef, if you are going with a non-Ginsu, how long does it usually take before you're going to need to sharpen a knife?
You know, it really depends on how much you use your knives. I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of, you know, like I know some chefs that sharpen their knives every night. Japanese chefs, they sharpen it every night. They need to keep it really sharp, but usually you're going to sharpen them every couple of months, depending on how old the knife is, every few
Not
months.
with Ginsu.
And
with Ginsu,
not with Ginsu.
You don't
it
have
keeps
to.
Cutting. That's right. Again and again, year after year. I mean, you get that nice Ginsu quality, and it's just, and again, it's a workhorse of a knife. So here, I'm just doing a little
400
bell
sets have been
pepper
picked
here.
up. So easy.
And again, if you touch it, it cuts it.
Oh, we
So
have
I
an
can
update,
take-
Chef Jeremy, because one color
Yes.
has now sold out. So
Oh, no,
the
okay.
red option is now gone. So no
Oh.
more remain in that beautiful red. The gray, we have fewer than 200 remaining, so that is going to be the next to go in the gray. We also do still have the black. That's going to be your best bet. So if you love the gray, the red's already gone. So give us a call, 800-500-7590. Beautiful colors either way, and both of these for that $14.99 sale price. Chef Jeremy, talk to me a little bit. We talked about the serrated, the longer. What about with the utility knife? So is there a name for the type of kind of cuts you see on this blade?
They call it a hollow ground edge.
Hollow
Yeah,
ground
and
edge.
It's a little bit smoother. See, it's not like a saw. A saw has like sharp teeth. You ever had a steak knife where every time you use it, it just shreds the meat?
Absolutely.
So this is it's a little bit smoother. So it cuts more like a straight edge, but because of that, the blade up inside, you know what dulls your knife is the cutting board.
Yes.
Believe it or not. So
okay.
this actually is sharpened up inside those grooves. So as you're cutting, that's why Ginsu stays sharp longer. They say it's really the design of the blade itself. So you always have a sharp knife. Remember, a sharp knife is safer than a dull knife because a dull knife, you press harder, you're more likely to slip and cut yourself.
Right.
Right? So a sharp knife does what you want, whether it's a tomato, a lemon. I mean, take a look here. I could just
Look how
draw
easy
the
that
straight.
goes through. Look at
If
that.
your
Tomatoes are
knives don't
hard
cut,
to cut
well,
through.
yeah. Well, they're hard. Yeah, this is soft. That's right. The soft where it's squishy. That is a ripe tomato. So don't think I'm cheating here. That is a soft, ripe tomato, and I could just drag it straight through. I mean,
Wow.
look at how easily it cuts that.
Yeah, it's
And
kind
that's
of
what we
ironic.
love
The
about
softest
Ginsu.
things are kind of the most tricky to actually cut through. So it's
Right.
fantastic. And then really, truly, these can go in the dishwasher. They are dishwasher safe. If you're looking at
Yep.
the gray option, fewer than 100 now remain in the gray. That's going to go. So get on the phone lines, 800-500-7590. Black, we're doing okay. $14.99, and you are not paying $3.50 for shipping and handling. Chef Jeremy, thank you so much for sharing this hour with me. I love kitchen gadgets. I love being here with you. Will I see you tomorrow and in the kitchen?
I'll be there tomorrow.
All
But I
right,
have
I'll
another
see you
show coming
tomorrow.
up at 7 o'clock. I have
7
a 1
p.m.?
hour with green pan. Yeah, come on back.
Amazing. Very good. We'll see you at 7 p.m. and we'll see you tomorrow. Now, everyone else, please stay where you are. We've got an hour of temptations coming up in just a moment. I'll be right back.